Está grabando, chicas.
Hello, Fernanda. We are Group A, Analia Cuervo, Diana Galindez, and me, Soledad Gonzalez. And we are going to discuss the main characters of the two books we've read in the Unit 4. Tom Jones, whose main character is Mr. Allworthy, and Middlemarch, whose main character is Dorothea Brooke. We are going to discuss the characters and making a comparison and contrast between them. Okay, to begin with, we found in Dorothea a special character which can be described from different angles. On one hand, we found that she is enthusiastic, idealistic, and we also may say that she is a bit ambitious. And why we say that? Okay, because she married a man older than her, and with one main purpose, and this purpose was to be educated and so receiving education. And we know that although she was fascinated with the idea of being a helper or even a secretary of an intellectual man, little by little we discovered that she was not really in love with him. And on the other hand, we found in Dorothea a sweet, kind, and a very religious young lady who wanted to do good to the people around her. And despite the fact that that her uncle refused to support her in doing so or in her ideas. And in this point, we can make a comparison with Mr. Allworthy, who is one of the richest landowners in the west of England. And although he's modest and he's also a sensitive and a kind-hearted person.
Yes, Sole, I absolutely
Diana?
agree with you. Yes, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I absolutely agree with you, Sole. And regarding Dorothea, she was a woman of strong opinion and determination. Not every man could be able to tolerate or accept her behavior. And if Dorothea had lived in our times, she undoubtedly could be a feminist. And I believe that Dorothea is ahead of her time. And regarding Mr. Allworthy, we can add that despite the fact he had lost all his family, he is an optimistic man. He is not a resentful man. On the contrary, he shows all the sensitivity of his heart, keeping the baby as his own son. And although the housekeeper exclaimed that he should find a way to send the mother baby to prison, he did not hear her, and but instead he was gentle with the abandoned baby. And however, he managed to find the baby's mother and promised her not to send her to prison. And what is more, he promised her he could help her to lead a better life. When they met, he sermonizes the child's mother rather than punished her. And those are clear examples of his generosity, his generous personality. And Then after Jenny is removed from the Paris by him, many people began to suspect that he could be the child's father. And they cannot imagine another reason for his actions. And he's, of course, guilty only of acting from kindness than acting as the masses, the cynical masses expected a person to do.
Okay, I think you are going to agree with me that sometimes Mr. Allworthy is innocent and naive because he's not capable of seeing the real intentions of Mr. Bliffit, for example, who was neither sincere nor a good man. Mr. Allworthy's house and heart were always open, especially for well-educated people. But on the contrary, to Dorothea, he did not have a good education. However, he was a fervent reader. We agree that the most important contrast between these novels is about morals, especially about love and marriage. We also think that Dorothea's views are based on her possibilities to be educated. She was dazzled by her husband, by his knowledge and studies, but she wasn't in love with him. Then she became very disappointed because her husband did not fulfill her expectations, that maybe was a little bit high. And on the other hand, Mr. Allworthy thought that love was the most important basis for marriage. And what is more, he was still in love with his dead wife, Sophia, and he was strongly convinced that they will rejoin someday after death. So we find these contrasts and comparison between the two novels.
Yes, perfect. So
Okay.
that's all. Great, girls.
we hope you enjoy
See
our
you.
presentation.
Bye.